Well, hello everybody. This is Mike Hill with Hill Financial Group. I can stop laughing over here. I am Yet, and we are bringing you another episode of Money Matters. First of all, thank you for all the likes and shares and views and all the things on YouTube and Facebook. Please share, please subscribe. We're getting new subscriptions every day on the YouTube channel, so very happy to see that. I think last week we had over 1,500 views, so very proud of that. But today, with this being the month of August and everybody heading, I've been there, done that, with everybody heading off to college, maybe dropping off a college freshman for the first time. I've had the pleasure or dysfunction, whatever you want to call it, of doing that twice. I wanted to invite two very knowledgeable yet beautiful guests here today. Of course, I have my daughters Megan Hill and Payton Hill here to help me answer some questions. So today is a family event. We'll try not to do anything too embarrassing since the internet lives forever. So anyway, and plus I don't want to do anything too bad for future people that might hire these two because I want them off the payroll. So anyway, Payton is a sophomore at Dallas Baptist. I didn't know that, but I wasn't asking. Dallas Baptist University. And Megan is working on getting her master's at Dallas Baptist University. So go Patriots. God knows I've given them enough money and with more to go. But we're going to go over another episode on ways to save for college, things you can do to help pay for college, et cetera, et cetera. So today, what I really wanted to do for the parents out there and even the incoming freshmen, this is towards you, because that was a very nervous day for all of us. Happy day, but also a very sad day. We can get into that, dads. I think moms, it feels, but I think as a dad with daughters, that was not fun driving off after packing them up and not seeing them in the house or yelling from the bottom of the stairs, hurry up, we got to get to school. That was kind of rough. So, but today I wanted to bring in two that have actually been there, done that, and we're going to kind of ask questions that maybe can help your freshman or somebody going off to college pretty soon. So, okay, girls, I want to ask this of you first, Payton. Looking back, what's something you wish you had done different your first semester, the first semester of college? What is something that you wish you would have done different?
I'm totally honest. Like
Yeah,
OSU
please.
and all?
Yeah.
Okay, so I ended up going to OSU, but now I go to DBU. If you know.
OSU, she means Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State, yes. And I did go and I dropped out, so I wasn't ready. And I wish I just would have prepared myself and actually knew what it was like to move that far away and live without my parents and having to fully support myself and live on my own. Because you think you're ready for it, but you're really not. It's not anything like, oh, I'm an adult, I'm free, nothing. No, it's insane. So I just wish I would have known how different high school is.
How would you get somebody to go up there, travel more, or?
Yes, like join as many, whenever it's orientation or it's your first week, join as many club organizations or like stay busy, because then you won't have time to be like, oh, when am I going to do this, and just stress out a bunch of stuff and miss everybody back at home. It keeps you busy. And I wish I would have done that, but now I'm at DBU, so I'm grateful for it.
So Megan, I remember when we moved you to DBU, I mean, the dorms you had to have up to 5 girls in some of the dorms by themselves. It was crazy moving her in, and she's on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
And at DBU, all freshmen have to live on campus, so that was different. Yes, and I know that's 30 miles away, but still, we barely saw you that first semester.
Yeah.
So if you had to one thing, if you had to do it all over again, what would you do differently that first semester?
I kind of wish that kind of like what she said, I joined a sorority at DBU, but it's not kind of like national sorority, stuff like that. I wish I would have gotten myself more out there, because I feel like I was more secluded, because I'm a very much an introverted person. So like I was very scared to go out there, create these relationships, but I was very fortunate enough to go to a school where they're all about like unity. It's Baptist, so it's like everyone's very much like in the Lord, practice like preaching, all that stuff. So everybody's very welcoming at DBU. I just wish I did more things that were friendly and made friends, did things that were kind of just out of my comfort zone instead of staying in my comfort zone. I also wish I would have been in my books more at the same time, because I mean, my freshman year, it might be different than everybody else's at national, like bigger colleges, because DBU is a little smaller than all the colleges, but I do wish that I, focused more on school a lot more, took it more seriously, because I feel like if I took it a little bit more seriously, it would have gotten me a better booster to prepare for like masters. Not saying I didn't.
Well, I mean, y'all aren't cutting yourself short. I mean, giving yourself enough credit. Both of y'all did dual credit in high school. I mean, so that I think that helps, especially if you're sending your kids off to private school. That helped tremendously as far as the pocketbook.
Do dual credit. It helps.
Yeah.
It helps.
And one of the things that I also wanted to kind of mention is both of y'all, when y'all went off y'all's freshman year in the DBU, there's a reason that you picked, but I forgot to ask. Payton, I'll start with you. What is your major, or what do you plan to graduate with? Please, so I can get you off the payroll as quick as possible.
I'm a communications major. I'm technically joining as my second semester of sophomore year, but I'm a public relations. So anything public relations specialist, marketing, network.
There you go. There's marketing, public relations right here. So
in like 3 years, if you want an employee, hire me.
That's and then Becky, what are you doing as a major? Or are you getting your master's?
So I actually didn't start out. I'm a psychology major now for my master's, but I started out with criminal justice. And I kind of, which also they didn't tell you about in college, you're more than welcome to switch your major now. Don't do it like 300 times, but I started out with criminal justice, didn't love it. It just wasn't for me. I wasn't into that whole police academy, felt it, and I was like, oh, this is not what I want to do. Then I was introduced to like forensic psych, getting into the brain, and just understanding that was something that I was very interested in, and I didn't know that could be a major, but it is.
And you bring up a great point, both of you. Are both of y'all doing the same major you started with, or you thought you were going to start with?
No.
So that is something I want to bring up, and it's as a parent, you're like, oh my gosh, but again, your first couple of years of college, you just do basics anyway, as we all know. But I want the girls to explore. I've always told them, my advice to them has always been, do not ever do a career for the money. I know that's contradictory to some people, but my advice to y'all has always been, do what you love and let the money chase you. Be one. That's something that there's a lot of books on this. Mark Cuban's one of them. Read. Do as much as you can, become an expert in your field, and whatever that field is, you'll be paid like an expert. So don't join something just because it pays a lot, because if you don't love it, you won't do it that well. So I'm proud of y'all. Y'all are starting to go towards something that you love, something that y'all take an interest in, and I think it keeps you more engaged. You actually want to study when this is something you want to do.
Yeah.
At least that's what y'all tell me anyway. I think. Okay, so y'all both brought this up. I'll start with you, Megan, and then Payton, you can do yours. Do you ever feel overwhelmed?
Yes.
And when you do, what helped you get through it?
Oh man.
And if you can give a story about a time that you were overwhelmed.
I'll do recently. This past semester, because no one prepares you, like no one tells you that the master's is so much harder than your bachelor's. Not downgrading the bachelor's at all. Bachelor's is hard, but it's a lot more leeway to, like, if you don't read, you'll probably be okay. But with your master's, if you don't read one chapter, you will be so behind. And I just remember, I think last semester, or the semester before, I was in research methods and statistics, which is completely different than what I thought it was. It's basically studying how to research for research. So we were studying how to do research for research. And I know that sounds very confusing, but so behind. I was just so confused, overwhelmed. It's great to have a good support system. So that's like number one. Also, like, if you're religious, I'm very religious. So being able to like pray about it and talk to the Lord about it also really helped me. That was something that also got me through it, but also a support system that was like having really good friends who are going through the same situation as you, because you're not alone. So when you're in college, you obviously feel very alone, but it's so nice that I have really good friends that are in the same major and have taken the same class. So when they're struggling, I can go to them and be like, hey, what did y'all do with this paper? What did y'all do with this? And they bounce back feedback. It was so nice to go to like support groups, and like support groups more like study groups, and just hang out, talk, laugh, but also bounce ideas off of each other. That helps so much, and I don't think people do that enough. And I think it's definitely something I would recommend to anybody, just because, it helped me a lot.
So Megan, Payton, same question. One of you girls. Payton, you felt overwhelmed. What is something that you did while you were in school or even out of school?
Still currently, because yes, the whole OSU thing was overwhelming, but I came back, got both my feet on the ground, got grounded and fixed it. Wasn't really overwhelmed. But now I'm working. We both actually work at the same place right now. And I have a summer class coming up, so technically I'm taking 18 hours, but then I'm also going to take another one, so maybe 21 hours. But I have a whole week of college before school starts. Then a week later I'm off. And then a week I start again, and it's like all my classes are from like 11 to 4, 11 to 2. I have like 3 classes every day. So I'm just very overwhelmed, and I'm fine with it, but like what's overwhelming me is trying to find time for myself to study, to see my family, to come back home, to do laundry, to clean. It's just overwhelming. So I really just shouldn't probably do it, but like I've been trying to plan out. I'm like, okay, take one day at a time. Whenever it comes to that, and I'm like, I already have it planned out, what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna figure it out. I'm just gonna,
And that's one of the. I think that's one of the things that people miss is you get your degree at college, but I think what you learn even more than school is time management. You're on your own at school. When you're in school in high school, you're going from 8 to 3:30. You're going to class every day. You might have basketball practice, you may have soccer practice, then you come home, you do. College, you go to class at 10, then you don't have another class till 1, you got to work at 4 o'clock. I mean, it's kind of like, when is your time management? Oh, by the way, I kind of want to go on a date this weekend. Good luck with that. I got 3 tests on Monday. So, I mean, that's coming from Dad, So anyway, I got another one for you. Megan, I know yours. This is, we've been incredibly blessed with yours. But Payton, any roommate or dorm advice? I know yours is very, not as much as Megan's because I want to get her. Any roommate or dorm advice that you wish you had for somebody that's getting a roommate for the first time?
Be very mindful about your space. You're sharing with someone. Megan was very blessed. She lives with her best friend. She'll talk about that. But I'm not. I don't know anybody really at EDU besides Megan and Karis and her best friend Karis and then a couple other people. But I don't know anybody. I don't know who I'm living with at all. So I just have to be very mindful. I've been living there all summer pretty much by myself. So I'm like trying to get into the habit of cleaning everything, deep cleaning, but just be so mindful of what's yours and what's not yours and what you can share and what you can't share. So it's not really like an argument I want to have anytime this year. So.
And that's something too, really a tip. We're going to do this in a future episode. I think it's going to be in a week or 2. We're going to do an episode of what to pack when you're taking your kid off to school. Something that we did with Megan's roommate is we got to know the parent. We knew the parents. So we got to say, if you get this, we'll get this. Y'all get this, we'll get this. And it was great. So that way we didn't both show up with 2 dressers, 2 TVs, 2 blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's basically split. So now we're going to kind of go into section 2, tips that we would do for new students. Again, if your kid is 2 or 3 years off from college, maybe this is something that can help them, or forward it over to somebody that that's starting for the first time, because there's all the books in the world that you could read. As a parent, I can tell you, and we're going to go over how to save for college for you young parents or even grandparents out there to help your grandkids. But nobody prepares you. Me as a dad, I kept it off my mind by staying busy. Getting the U-Haul, getting the truck, packing the truck. What do we need? I'm a very much a to-do list. So I put a whole to-do list together. This is what we got to do. What do you need help with, Megan? What do you need? I can carry stuff, maybe not too heavy. I've got to hold back, but we'll do what we can. 3 flights of stairs later for Megan over here. But so we get up, but they also, I can't tell you enough, you and Mom, make sure that you have enough time to go out to eat, to do something after, because that's going to be your time where you cry. That's going to, that's going to be a time when you turn your back and you go off. You don't want to get home at 9:30 or the hotel at 9:30 wherever you're staying and then you dwell on it all night. Go somewhere where maybe you can have your favorite adult beverage or not your favorite adult beverage, whatever is best for you, and then have a drink with your person and just kind of talk about and try to keep it happy, because it's a great moment, parents, but it's also one of those things where you're like, man, that's it. She's not here anymore. So anyway, then you call her every day for the next week. So what's the one tip that you would give every incoming freshman?
I feel like I already said it, but what I'm doing, technically I'm new at DBU, I'm not really a freshman, but don't say, yes, studying's good, but as soon as you're done studying, don't just bed rot. Like, don't just sit in your bed all semester and do nothing. Like I said earlier, go out and do stuff. Like, there's a lot of community stuff, where a lot of people meet on campus, a bunch of students. I'm pretty sure on every single campus, anywhere. So go out and just meet new people. Go out of your comfort zone. You never know. Those could be your future bridesmaids or groomsmen one day. So. And
one thing I'm very proud of both of y'all. Y'all are very active in y'all's churches. I think that helps keep you busy. I think that helps keep you where you're meeting like-minded people. Because when you have friends that have like-minded interests, it's kind of easy to make friends. Yeah. Megan, what is one thing? You've lived in 3 different places now, and 4 different places in college. So what should you absolutely bring to college, and what's something you totally didn't need? Putting you on the spot here.
Absolutely need is obviously like pens, pencils, journals, stuff like that. Stuff to take notes, highlighters. Bring a lot of a planner. That I wish I would have had, like a good planner that I could bring everywhere, because I have such a bad like ADHD brain where my brain just will think of this task and my task goes to the next. But bring a planner. And then something that I absolutely just did not need was like extra pillows that just took up way too much room, stuff like that, like decorative pillows. Like, yeah, I'm a girl, so we're gonna decorate, and just a bunch of like little things that we probably didn't need. So like, I didn't need a huge refrigerator. I think a refrigerator took up half our dorm. Like, but I mean, it was nice to have it. It's just we didn't need like 2 refrigerators in our dorm. So just being mindful of the space that you do have, I think that's something.
I love all of my clothes. I have about, like, except my whole bed.
What is one thing that you wish you didn't bring?
Ooh. I like everything.
Of course.
I don't know. That's hard.
What is one thing you're glad you brought?
An air purifier. Sounds
yeah.
It sounds really dumb, and like the vents are clean. But knock on wood, I have not gotten sick once. And I have a bad immune system. But I've not got sick once.
Mold is no joke
Yeah.
in college.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's probably
That-
I learned from Megan. I didn't bring anything.
Huh? So I know Megan, you had Karis,
Uh-huh.
which those of you that didn't know, Megan and Karis were friends in kindergarten, all the way through 6th grade. Then we moved to the other side of Midlothian, and Karis went to MHS, Megan went to Heritage, and then we go to orientation, and we run into Karis, and we had no idea that she was going to that school. And next thing we know, they're rooming together, and they've been inseparable. They're still live together to this day, so it's been a blessing. But how do y'all meet new friends on campus? What is a way? I mean, we talked about church, but what is like? I'm a freshman. I'm 18. I'm scared. I mean, I'm going to join the different clubs. Is that what you do, or you go to football games, baseball games?
Yeah.
I mean,
So like,
stand in the stands by yourself. I mean,
if you go to a bigger school, that's one thing that was very hard to pick. Like, I love DBU. Don't get me wrong, but one thing that was kind of like, man, wish I would have. I thought about another school that had football, because man, football games.
that's the A&M games all the time. That's what they
football games. But it's also like, if there's other schools around you too. Like, I mean, going to sporting events, because all colleges have sporting
baseball
events.
teams
Do
pretty damn
that.
good over there.
Yes, do sporting events. I wish I went to way more. I wish that I went to more, like, because I was in a sorority. I didn't go to all the sorority stuff, but do it. Like, if you're in a sorority, frat, all that, do everything that you can. It might wear you out, but you'll look back later and be like, I am so glad I did everything freshman year, because now when you're a sophomore, junior, senior, whatever, you don't do all that stuff. You don't do it. It's just because it's mainly for freshmen. So, like, they give these freshmen all these fun tasks to do for a reason.
Yeah.
So you meet all these new
And
people.
you get all that at orientation.
Yes.
Yeah. From an extroverted point of view, because that's very.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah, at orientation that I went to not too long ago, because I am switching over to DBU, I've made a couple friends. I already hung out with her. I took her pictures, photography. But like, I don't know. I just saw people sitting alone, and I was the one that was going over and asking 6 different people, like, "Hey, you want to sit with us? Like, my name's Payton. Like, what's your name?" I'm very extroverted, so I just. If you are extroverted, just even if it's out of your comfort zone, you're like, yes, I like meeting new people.
'Cause everybody's
I
scared.
like meeting them.
They don't
Yeah,
admit it.
everybody's scared to
Same
do it.
mindset.
I'm scared to do it, but what's the worst they're gonna say? No. That's the worst they're gonna do is say no, and then you just move on with your day. So
What is, and Megan, I got a couple of them for you. What is the one thing you did right during college and you're proud of? And Peyton, I got one.
Actually, like, sticking to like a healthy habit, like just picking out a healthy habit and sticking with it, because it, like, working out, that was something for me that I'm glad, like, that was the right thing. And also staying on top of studying, like my sophomore year and up, that was something I was really proud of myself, and that was the right thing to do, because without it, I think I would have crashed and burned. Because it gave me something to focus on besides just school work. I had working out. I could work out, and it was a healthy habit. It wasn't something like, going out and drinking. Like, it's fine when you're in college, but like going out and drinking, doing all these unhealthy habits that were not good for your body. It could be yoga, anything. Reading a book that isn't for school. Just like having
So-
that, like,
I want to. I love that, and of course, I work out too for mental health more than anything.
Yeah.
And I want to get to you, Peyton, but I'll just tell this story. Is that I'm very proud of Megan. What was it? 2 years ago, she got one of the few that was invited on campus to go with the president to study in London at Oxford over there with her and Karis got invited as part of the president's group, and it counted as a class, but it was for 2 weeks.
A week. It was like a week and a half.
Week and a half. So great. I'm dad. I'm proud of her. I've never even been to Europe. She's going to London, all the things. It's, I'm like, all right, I'm so proud of you. You're gonna get to literally live at Oxford for a week. Do you understand how old that college is? So much history and blah, blah, blah. And so proud of her. And then she comes back and she has the nose ring in her nose. I'm like, what the heck? You're with the president of the university getting nose rings in London. Are you freaking kidding me? You're there to learn. She goes, and they hid it from me. She had a little bitty one in there. She's 20 years old, 21 at the time, but so I couldn't think. But comes back with a nose ring. But I was very proud of her for making that. But, just parents, look at the noses when they go on these trips. So,
yeah, we got matching ones though.
Yeah, so Payton, that just, anyway. But, give me. We're gonna wrap this segment up. We're gonna go do part 2, but with this segment, what is one thing that you're very proud of while you were in college?
Honestly, it was kind of like high school / college, but that I graduated high school with almost 2 years of college done, because I had a lot of health issues towards my senior year, and I had to drop out of a lot of college classes in high school. But I actually graduated a lot, and then whenever I came back from OC after dropping out, I just kind of found myself again. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to DBU, close school, and I really found myself again. I was really lost when I left, so I'm proud that I was okay with making a mistake and leaving, and be like, you know what, yes, I will pay you back. But I was like, you know what, I just need to learn from that mistake and go when I'm ready, and I did. So some people can take a gap year.
I'm very proud of both of them. They're Megan has been great. Her GPA is amazing. Payton is getting off. To have those 2 years under your belt was awesome. You're you're on campus by yourself. I don't even know I can do that in a strange place by myself. So very proud of both of them. We're going to get on to number 2, which I know they can't wait, and I can't wait to hear this because I have no idea what their answer is going to be. Budgeting and money while you're a college student. What are things that you need to do? So this should be crazy. So part 2 is coming up next. Thank you. Money Matters with Hill Financial Group. Go Tag. Thank you.